Today I fucked up by dreaming I was chewing gum, but it was really my earplugs. That's basically the whole story. I've been working third shift all week, so I was wearing earplugs to help sleep through the noise of daytime. I must have taken them out in my sleep and was holding them. I remember it started with me dreaming and wondering why am I holding this gum instead of chewing it, so I put the gum in my mouth. I must have started slowly waking up after putting the gum in my mouth because this stream of thoughts commenced. No wonder I was holding it, there's no flavor left. Then, my slightly more conscious self thinks, well duh, there's no flavor, you've been chewing it for hours. That makes sense, continues chewing. Shortly after, why am I chewing gum? Didn't I brush my teeth before bed? Then the realization, these are my effing earplugs. Too long didn't read. If you fall asleep with earplugs and wake up chewing gum, it's probably not gum. I remember when I dreamt I was peeing in the toilet. Frown? I have those dreams, but fortunately nothing happens. I'm a girl if that matter, but I will dream over and over again about finding a bathroom, and usually they don't work or I can't use them for some reason. Very stressful. It's okay, life's too short to hold on to earplugs anyway. I have been there. You're not alone. I can't sleep without earplugs, I know, and one day woke up from a dream where I was eating food, and it turned out to be one of them. Much sympathy. Best feeling ever was the time I woke laughing aloud. Don't recall why and wish every day that I could recapture it. I fell asleep eating gummy bears. I woke up during the night and found one stuck to my arm, so I popped it in my mouth. It was an earplug. Today I fucked up by giving my brothers the talk. Obligatory, didn't happen just today, but might as well share regardless. So, backstory, when I was 14, my folks adopted the two kids of some messed up family friends, and we discovered they were relatively special needs. More behavioral shit than not, but the way they perceive some things is just special. My mom passed away a couple years ago, and she was the parent of the family. My dad is a nice guy, but he's not exactly very parental. So now, I'm 25, and realizing my brothers, 13 and 15, we'll call them Aaron and David for the purposes of this story, are in high school and nobody has given them the talk. I know for damn sure my dad hasn't, and my mom never did. She would have in time, but alas. I also know they're not the type of kids to just pick up this kind of information from others or the internet. I knew they had to have shit explained to them. So, I man up and sit them down one night a few months ago and start explaining stuff real chill and matter of fact. Then I cap things off with the usual, don't be embarrassed about shit. If you got questions you can always ask me or dad, and you can always tell me anything. I was feeling pretty mature and responsible for all of 3 seconds until David loudly volunteers this delightful information. Aaron watched the guy in the apartment across from us masturbate at night because he doesn't shut his blinds. And I'm taken aback, like damn, okay. So I ask Aaron, dude, why? So he shrugs and explains it's just pure curiosity. I can get that. But then he elaborates. And one night it looked like he was sticking a ketchup bottle on his penis. And again, I'm taken aback. My brain is trying to reason why I ever needed to know this and figure out what the heck this ketchup bottle thing is at the same time. So I think aloud. It was probably just a fleshlight. As soon as I said that, I knew I was going to have to explain what it was but I didn't get the chance because Aaron enlightened me with another absolute banger. Oh, I've done that. It was not comfortable at all. What the fuck? I look over at David, who is clearly loving how this conversation has turned into a horrific train wreck. He looks at me also, probably thinking what the fuck. So I manage to wheeze. What? Aaron thinks this is hilarious and is dying laughing while I'm trying to say something other than what. Finally, he explains that he took the battery pack out of one of those dollar store LED lights. He had the tube-shaped ones, and stuck his dick in it. As I'm trying to process this information, and still trying to verbally get past what David chimes the hell in, and asks, like the imp that he is, did it still work afterwards? Aaron is confused, and assures him that yes, it worked, and after all, why wouldn't it? David insists. Because of all the semen. Now, I'm dying, maybe literally. I need my fucking inhaler for real. This is a disaster, and I can't tell if I'm laughing or just wheezing that loudly. Aaron, now finally grossed out, insists that he couldn't finish inside because, like he said, it was too uncomfortable. I managed to ask what he did with the fucked flashlight. He threw it away, and as a bonus round, I clarify that people don't generally fuck flashlights and explain what a fleshlight is, best as I can. Fast forward to maybe a week or so ago, and I'm joking with my brothers. I make a jab about the flashlight and how I'm now scarred for life. David decides to exploit this opportunity to suggest he has another similarly out-of-pocket story to share, and I'm thinking, I would probably be better off not hearing this, but it could be something they genuinely need advice on, so once again I man up and brace myself for this horror. He explains that when he first started growing hair down there, he tried trimming it with scissors. That was it. Phew. That wasn't so bad. My brain is ready to segue into explaining about manscaping when Aaron interjects. Not me. I just ripped my hair out. Once again, I'm in orbit trying to grab onto something. David is laughing his ass off. Aaron is a tad bewildered but laughing as well, as one does. He continues. It only hurt the first few times I did it. I quickly exploit this pause before he starts elaborating further to explain manscaping and such. But now, David will often rib his older brother, did it hurt as bad as ripping your hairs out? To which there is plenty of yelling and brotherly violence. Too long didn't read. Today I fucked up by telling my brothers they could tell me anything, and they told me everything. I was not prepared for any of this shit. I didn't need to know about our masturbating neighbor who doesn't shut his blinds, or that my brother fucked a flashlight or literally ripped his own pubic hair out multiple times. Wow, Aaron, what a fucking champ. Hide your flashlights, close your blinds, cause Aaron's fucking everything up in here. No kidding. I explained to them that it's best to keep Kleenex around or have a designated sock, and I shit you not, Aaron asks just my own socks, right? And I got a look at this boy like fucking yes, of course, your own GD socks. And he's like okay, cool. One of the best stories here, holy shit. I love your family. Weird and fucked up, but close and important to each other. Here's hoping more families are like yours. This is the most wholesome thing I've heard all day. I appreciate it. My man's Aaron out here doing shit. Today I fucked up by accidentally starving my cat. This fuck up started a few days ago and came to fruition today. A bit of information for context, I'm a teacher and it's the end of the semester, so I'm super busy. My cat, her name is Chicken, is also good about regulating her diet and not gorging herself, so I can usually just dump a bunch of food in her bowl every once in a while and let her be. So, a few days ago I was making a tuna sandwich. Like most cats, as soon as the top came off the can, Chicken is there screaming at me like a banshee wanting to share my fish. Normally I drain the tuna juice into a small bowl and let her lap it up, but I noticed she has this big honkin' bowl of dry food she hasn't eaten. She's been becoming increasingly picky due to all the fancy wet food and treats I give her, so I had the brilliant idea to drain the tuna juice over her dry food to give her a treat, but also to encourage her to eat what she's got. Smart, right? She starts happily chomping, and I eat my sandwich, and that's that. Over the next few days I was in and out of the house, only home for brief periods of time. I always glanced at her bowl and saw food in it, and she ran around and meowed at me like she do. She's always been a talkative cat. I'll admit, maybe I didn't pay as much attention to her as I should have. Fast forward to today, finished all my grading, go to happy hour with co-workers, and come home. Chicken is practically howling at me as soon as I walk in the door, climbing up my leg, screaming at me, then screaming at her still full food bowl. I have a semi-drunken argument with Chicken about how she needs to be a good cat and finish the food she's got. She is angry. She will not. She is a bad cat. I give in. As I go to dump her food bowl and get fresh food for the princess, the full bowl of kibble drops out as one solid piece. It seems all the tuna juice seeped down through the overfilled bowl of food to the bottom of the dish, molded, then grew up through the entire bowl, rendering it inedible. She must have been trying to tell me for days, and I'm a bad kitty owner. I gave her heaps of wet food and many pets in penance, but I think she's still mad at me. Sorry, chicken. Too long didn't read, accidentally deprived my kitty of food, don't worry she's okay. Very angry, but okay. Edit, cat tax. Reminds me of a story an old co-worker told me about her bird. She got this new bird and it was always squawking for food, but she wanted it to finish the food it already had. She didn't realize birds eat the bird seed but not the shell. So this bird had a bunch of empty shells but no seed. My co-worker inadvertently starved her bird to death. Yikes, that's awful. Pet owners have a responsibility. This was definitely an eye-opener for me to be more present. Your cat is very cute. I love you. I have 4 cats and I understand this completely. Don't get me wrong, I haven't done this, but I can relate in thinking your cat is just being a brat. Lordy, she's such a brat. Especially when I'm cooking. Glad you shared this so other people know. Any meaty fluid is going to go rancid in short time, and wetting anything dry will give it the chance to go off too. Make sure to clean the bowls and replace her water regularly too. Right you are. Shared this as a today I fucked up, but maybe it should be a pro tip. In other circumstances my seemingly minor fuck up could have been devastating. Pay attention to your pets. I'm pretty sure cats can get poorly if they don't eat for more than 24 hours. Hope she's okay. She's good. Fortunately this today I fucked up just resulted in anger from the tiny chicken. I open her to be a better pet owner to be sure.